BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by...
I want to retire knowing we did it right. We want
to know that it's been worth something.
It's worth everything.
Be intentional about your worth. Farmers National Bank Wealth Management.
Well, I'm very optimistic about the future of the Mahoning Valley. I've been coming here for many, many years. This is my third time as governor. But what I'm really seeing is the political leadership of the valley, the business leadership, labor leadership of the valley really coming together, getting some very specific goals. And I think that's just a great thing. So I'm very optimistic. I think there's a lot of great things going on. I was talking to Jim Tressel last night, for example, and if you look at Youngstown State's incoming freshman class, it's the most talented class that they have ever had. So a lot of good things going on. We are been involved in discussions behind the scenes. We've made it clear to General Motors from the beginning that we will support them if they'll put another line into Lordstown. If that is not going to happen, we've also made it clear that any company that has the ability to come in and buy the facility and start up manufacturing again, we're going to help them. We're going to help them financially. We're going to do everything that we can. So this is an ongoing process. It certainly is taking longer than I think anybody in the valley would want it to, certainly longer than I would want it to, but it is a process. The companies that are looking at coming in here have got to go out and raise money, and that's what they're in the process of trying to do.
Governor, what's the latest communications with Lordstown Motors Workhorse?
Well, we're in communications with them. Again, their job at this point is to go out and raise the money, the capital that they have to raise. I think it's a very viable alternative. I think it's a very viable company. I think it can work, but they've got to raise the money from the private sector. And so after that it would occur, if that money is in fact raised, of course they have to get General Motors to sell the facility. The union has to agree to that. So there's a multi-step process, but they're in the process of trying to do that now.
Have they made any kind of requests or indications what they might seek from the state?
Well, we've made it very clear that we're going to be very, very open, very generous. We're going to do whatever we can to facilitate this. But the first step of raising this outside money, in addition to what the state might do, they have to go raise that money. So, in a sense, really, we can't really control that. I mean, that's beyond what we can do. We know this is important. We've made it very, very clear that this is important, and we're going to act accordingly to that.
How optimistic are you that they can raise $400, $500 million?
Look, I can't speculate on that. Again, that's beyond our control. But what we can do is make it very, very clear. Any company that's going to go in there, we're going to help them. Any company that can start up manufacturing again, we're going to be there to assist them and do whatever the state can do, and put a package together. The package certainly could include training. It can include other economic incentives. But we know how important this is to the Mahoning Valley, how important this is to the state of Ohio.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by...
I want to retire knowing we did it right. We want
to know that it's been worth something.
It's worth everything.
Be intentional about your worth. Farmers National Bank Wealth Management.